Good morning, fellow travelers. My name is Ember Aeternal, and welcome to my channel, Spirit Forge Coaching. I'm here to do a general reading today. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but if it does, take what fits and leave what doesn't. If you'd like a personal reading at some point, please contact me at spiritforgecoaching@gmail.com. I think we'll use the Voyager deck today. Spirit, please give us the knowledge and wisdom required to walk through our lives with dignity, truth, and grace. I'm going to take these. There were 4 of them, too many. We have the Ace of Wands, Illumination. So, wands are about passion and creativity, the will to manifest, action, sometimes travel, and sometimes sex. And the aces are about potential and possibly new beginnings. The Ace of Wands in particular is about inspiration, new opportunities, growth, and potential. So this is the energy that you are in today. Let's get your obstacles. We have 6 of Wands, trust. So you're having trouble trusting today. This is 2 wands so far. This can be success, public recognition, progress, self-confidence, and of course, trust, as it says. You may have difficulty today trusting yourself or trusting someone else. We need to get more cards to figure this out, so let's move on to supports. We have the Ace of Crystals, brilliance. The Ace of Crystals in other decks is the Ace of Swords. Swords are about thought, the mental process, communication, words, and can be about conflict and challenges. The Ace of Crystals is generally breakthroughs, mental breakthroughs, new ideas, mental clarity, success, divine inspiration. Can be all of those things or just 1 or 2 of them. So far you are in the Ace of Wands energy. You have a lot you have a lot of potential here. You have a lot of beginning energy here. So you are the Ace of Wands, and then we have the 6 of Wands and the Ace of Crystals. So you're inspired, you have some new opportunities, there's some growth going on, a lot of potential. You are in potential, and let's not forget that wands are being about action. They are also about speed. They are the fastest energy of all the suits. And so you have, as you, fast energy, and you also have fast energy as an obstacle. But then we have thought in your supports. We have the Ace of Crystals, also the Ace of Wands, and it could also be conflict, but I'm just seeing I'm seeing some inner clarity here, like you've had an aha moment about yourself. So let's get Let's get subconscious influences. So I'm going to take both of these, if I can pick them up. So we have Woman of Wands, which in other decks is the Queen of Wands. And we have the Sage of Worlds, which in other decks is the King of Pentacles. So this is your subconscious energy here, and this is what is influencing your subconscious energy. I've already mentioned what wands are about. Worlds or pentacles are about money, the physical realm, abundance, prosperity, stability, can be about fertility and manifestation. And as this card says at the top, the Sage of Worlds is a master of his suit. And when I say his, I'm just referring to the card or the energy connected to it, not to the physicality of the person in question with this reading. Same with the Woman of Wands. With this being the Queen of Wands, we have I'm getting with this Queen, she's a sensor. She senses things around her, and she's not quite a master of her energy. She's more the one who catalogs it and catalogs the energy after it's brought to her so that it can be assimilated and used and mastered by the king of the suit. We have here courage and confidence, independence, determination, and possibly even being a social butterfly, or the desire to be a social butterfly. And so you have a Sage of a Sage of Worlds. I need to slow down a little bit. A Sage of Worlds influencing this subconscious desire or actuality. So this Sage of Worlds, or this King of Pentacles, is all about wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, and abundance. So the dark side of the Sage of Worlds can be financial ineptitude, or obsession with wealth and status, or even stubbornness. And the dark side of this Woman of Wands can be lacking self-respect, lacking self-confidence, introversion, or even the need to reestablish your sense of self. So let's get ego to see if these are dark or darker light effects going on. We have Lovers, and this Lovers is influenced by equilibrium, or the need for equilibrium. So Lovers, it can be about romantic lovers. It can also be about choices, risky commitments, connection, love, harmony, relationships, and your values being in alignment. With this influenced by the Two of Cups, equilibrium. So cups are about emotions, relationships, platonic and romantic, friendships, community, and intuition. The Two of Cups is about unified love, partnership, and mutual attraction. So it seems here that this Sage of Worlds is a positive influence on this subconscious Woman of Wands energy. So let's get conscious influences. We have the Nine of Wands, integrity. You know, with the Worlds, also known as Pentacles, being about stability and stability, fertility, manifestation, prosperity, it supports integrity. And then you have the Nine of Wands here, which is also about integrity. And this Nine of Wands, so the 9s and 10s are mirror images of each other. The 9s are potential. The 10s are the actuality, the manifestation of the energy. So, I'm getting resilience and courage, persistence, and an ability to set and maintain boundaries. So I think something here is testing your boundaries, but you're not finding it difficult to maintain them. And I don't think it's this Sage of Worlds here. I think this Sage of Worlds is supporting this. Your only negative so far is your ability to trust, and it's probably because of past trauma. So let's get past influences. I'm going to take all those, but there was the Chariot there, and that can be a sustained effort to win. Let's get past influences. You don't seem to want to cooperate. So let's take a second. Spirit, we want to know what the past influences are on this situation. So we have Child of Cups, Feeler. So Child of Cups and the children in this deck. In other decks are the pages or the princesses. They're the ones who are new to the energy of the suit. They're just discovering how to manipulate it, not necessarily in a bad way. They're discovering how to use it, how to move through it, how it moves through them. And Cups being about emotion and intuition, relationships, friendships, and community. They're just at the beginning of learning how to navigate this energy. So this is about, I'm getting intuitive messages, curiosity, possibility, and creative opportunities. So you had a creative opportunity in the past, and it was due to some curiosity. Keep in mind with being new to this energy, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person is the person here is young. This is more about the energy of being new to the energy of the suit, and this being Cups. So this is somebody, this is probably new love. This is probably new love between a Queen of Wands and a Sage of Worlds. So let's get, and I think with this being in subconscious, I think this might be something that you haven't figured out consciously yet. And I think it's because you're trying really hard to hold to your integrity to see if this Sage of Worlds will support your boundaries rather than trying to break through them. So let's get current circumstances. We have the Four of Crystals, Logic. In other decks, the crystals are swords. So this is generally about a need for rest and relaxation, recuperation. It can be about being isolated, but it's more a chosen isolation so that you can heal from something. Okay. Sorry, brain fart there. It can also be not necessarily a need for meditation, but taking the time to meditate and contemplate where you are in the world right now. So with everything so far, I'm not getting that this master here, this Sage of Worlds, this King of Pentacles, I'm not getting that this energy is obsessed with status and wealth. I'm getting that this person is very, very supportive and stable. And it seems that this person is a complement to your energy of passion and the will to manifest. It's like you say, hey, I'd like to manifest this. And they're like, okay, how can we get this done? I think it's easy for you to bounce ideas off this person. So let's get future influences. We have the Hermit. This can be more about isolation. Let's get a closer look at that. Oh, I just lost my ring. You know what? I'm just going to toss it aside. So this can be more about isolation. It can also be about choosing solitude for introspection. Quiet is needed. So you are currently in the energy of Four of Crystals, also known as the Four of Swords. You are currently in the energy of recuperation and rest and relaxation so that you can avoid burnout, so you can heal, and also so you can avoid stagnation. Because if you burn out, of course you're going to stagnate. And in the future, you're going to continue into this energy, but it's no longer going to be for healing and recuperation. It's going to be so that you can explore your inner self, your inner wisdom. So let's get outcome. We have Woman of Cups, Rejoicer. Now the Woman of Cups is the Queen of Cups in other decks. And as this states at the top here, the Rejoicer, she is rejoicing. And I think she has, and when I say she, it's just the energy. It's feminine energy. She has found her center, her emotional center. She is compassionate and caring and emotionally stable. She's intuitive, and everything is just flowing effortlessly. So yes, this is the outcome of all of this, and this King of Pentacles here, this Sage of Worlds here, is supporting all of this. So let's get overall energy. Narrowness, Nine of Crystals, also known as Nine of Swords. Now this is potential. This is only potential. There is a potential for anxiety and fears. Fear that this King of Pentacles is untrustworthy. There's also a fear that you cannot trust yourself. I think in the past you allowed people to walk on your boundaries, but that's because that was what you were taught to do. If you are conditioned and taught to allow people to walk on your boundaries, then you're going to continue to do that until you learn to do the opposite, until you learn that it's okay to set and maintain boundaries, and until you learn that anybody who wants you to drop your boundaries for their benefit, they are not in your life for your benefit. And I think there is a danger. I think you recognize the danger of falling back into that pattern. But this King of Pentacles, this Sage of Worlds, he is, and again, this is just the energy, he is all about supporting you. And part of it is because you are willing to support yourself, and you are willing to support him in return. You have the Lovers here in ego. This is beautiful. You are not trying to manipulate one another. You are not trying to control one another. You are simply allowing each other to exist as you are, and you are both learning and growing through it. You're working in tandem. That's what this Two of Cups is. This is unified love. You are working together. But there is this anxiety, and it's founded in it's founded in your history and in your experiences. It is okay to have these fears, but the warning here is not to allow them to control you, to blind you to the good things in your life. So let's get 3 cards. We have, which will be for future influences. Balancing factors, unknown influences, and suggested improvements. So I actually think I'm going to use fantastic creatures for this. You know what? No. I'm going to use the Rune cards. Also going to move these up a little bit so you can see all of them. There. Okay. Let's get one more shuffle on the Rune cards. Now let's get balancing factors. So we have Sowelo. This is ruled by the goddess Sol or Sana. This, even though this came out reversed, It is actually impossible to reverse this because in spell work, no harm can be done when this rune is involved in spell work. It absolutely negates any harm that may be intentionally or unintentionally woven into the spell. So with this being your balancing factors, you have intentions. You have nothing but good intentions from yourself and from this Sage of Worlds. There is nothing but good intentions going on here. If you see any red flags at all from yourself or from this Sage of Worlds, please discuss them with this person, because they will listen and they will help you brainstorm to find ways to turn these red flags into green flags. That is not, please don't ever, ever, ever ignore red flags. Bring them up with this person. It is safe to bring them up with this person. That's what Sovelo means. It is safe to trust this person. Ignore the fact that it came out reversed. Like I said, it is impossible to reverse this rune. So let's get unknown influences. We have Odila. This is also known as Odal. This is the rune of home and legacies. And it came out in reverse. So what your balancing factors are your past trauma coming from your family, the legacy of pain from your family, the, what do some people call it? The generational curse. You are breaking the generational curse. You haven't completely broken it yet because you still have this fear of falling back into this pattern. But you are breaking it, and you have the support of this Sage of Worlds in breaking it. This is honestly very beautiful. And yes, I'm not seeing wealth connected to this. Normally, wealth, a legacy, an inheritance can be connected with this, but I'm not seeing that. What I'm seeing now, it is entirely possible that your family is holding an inheritance over your head. If you don't toe the line, you won't get your inheritance when they die. To that, I say, fuck that. Excuse my language if you have a problem with that. But you are growing and becoming the person you were meant to be. Do you want to throw that away for an inheritance that when you die, you're not going to be able to take it with you any more than they can take it with them when they die? Just food for thought. So let's get suggested improvements. We have Gabo. So this can't be reversed either. This is a contract, generally a contract with the gods, but I'm going to take this in reverse because this means a broken contract. And I'm really getting very strongly that your family is seeing your growth as a broken contract with them, but you have not broken any contracts with the divine, with spirit, with what I like to call the big benevolent blob. And if you see that as irreverent and insulting, I apologize. But not that much, because that's my relationship with God. Or spirit or whatever. But anyway, I digress. This is not about me. This is about you. This is a broken contract. This is not an actual broken contract. This is what your family, who is holding this over your head, perceives as a broken contract. You are growing into who you are meant to be, and they don't like it because they can no longer manipulate you. They can no longer control you. But this Sage of Worlds right here is like, it's okay, honey. It's okay, babe. You are becoming yourself, and I will support you in all of it. So let's get overall energy. We have Tivaz. This is connected to the god Tyr, who is the god of justice. And it is entirely possible that you may have a court case connected to all of this. You may... It appears that I was wrong when I said that this wasn't about a legacy, about an inheritance. It may be about an inheritance. And if you choose, you may need to... If you choose to pursue getting an inheritance, then you will have to go to court. But if you don't choose to pursue it, that's okay. That's entirely up to you. You can pursue what you were promised, or you can let it all go. Either way, you're going to continue to grow. And there is going to be justice. Whether you pursue it, whether you don't, there is going to be, if you pursue it, I'm getting ahead of myself, if you pursue it in court, you will win. If you don't pursue it, you will win spiritually. Either way, you win. And you won't lose spiritually if you pursue this in a physical court with man-made laws. You're going to win anyway. You're going to win anyway. I love this for you. Thank you for joining me. If you like the way that I read, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can be informed whenever I post new content. And I hope you have a wonderful day.